This is a story that takes place in 3 places. I shall show you. It starts out in a place called Shoveling. It's in Wisconsin. Right there. Goes to a place in Southeast Asia. And then ends up, familiar place, New York City. Now, I grew up in this place called Shoveling, tiny little town, minuscule. There was absolutely nothing to do but ride up and down the main street. All summer, all winter. A&W, root beer please. That was it. Once in a while there was a dance, And wasn't much to do, so my memories were sort of limited. Like a whole summer was just a blank. I remember one time, this will give you an idea of how excited the time I had. I was with my friend T.O. and Sammy, and we're hanging out in this house. And T.O. says, hey, listen, I'm going to run outside, and when I run outside, when you see me coming back, tell Sammy to moon me out the window. Sure. So sure, I said, here comes T.O. running around the corner. I said, hey, Sammy, let's moon him. Sure enough. Sammy pulls down his drawers and sticks his butt right out that window. And T.O. had went out and bought like a $1.50 Dairy Queen ice cream. That's the kind of town it was. I remember I was in 7th grade, and I remember that this was a rural community. It's out in the farms, And it's Friday. I'm in 7th grade, and this guy comes up to me and says, hey, listen, you want to come out to my farm this weekend and screw some sheep? He said it was a lot more fun because you had to chase them first. And the funny thing was, I was just in 7th grade, and I didn't have any kind of moral judgment on it. I really didn't think it was a bad thing to do. 7th grade. I just didn't feel like screwing sheep that week. So I didn't go. Anyway, so this is about high school and growing up in these small towns. It's 1969. I'm in high school, right? I'd just be dreaming about stuff. I was dreaming that I was in the Olympics. Winter Olympics. Ski jumping. Most of the time, I'd sit there and I'd just look at the teacher, though. I'd look into the teacher's eyes. I was looking for something in those eyes. I'd look right through those eyes. Then I'd just look out the window. And every time I looked out the window, I took off flying. I took off flying right through that window. fly in class. I will not fly in class. I will commit Harry-Carry. I will not fly in class, nor commit Harry-Carry. Nor write at my desk, nor anything else. No. Finally, I left high school. To college. But college was different. I was learning all kinds of famous things. Ideas and people. I learned about Kennedy. Martin Luther King. And Gandhi. I learned that if you had an idea and it started here, it would go around and around until that idea came out here. And it would spread out into the world. Farther and farther. And that idea came upon an opposing idea that would try to influence your idea. Whoa! Ow! And if that idea was concentrated enough and strong enough, it would try to get rid of your idea completely. College was pretty good, though. I learned how to defend myself. An idea, stay back! Stay back, I know a lot of shit. You can go to parties. Talk about intelligent things. Nietzsche. Kierkegaard. Plato. Socrates. You know, those other guys. I learned the golden rule. If you got gold, you make rules. Yeah! And I learned the religious rule. And that was this. That if you deserved something in life, chances are you would get it. Which meant, of course, that whatever you got in life, you damn well deserve it. Yeah! 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 I think I've had enough school. I'm just going to drop out. That feels better. But this was 1969. There was a draft. It got in everywhere, under the doors and the windows. You couldn't stop it. All you could do is wait at home for your mailbox to puke on you. Greetings. In the United States Selective Service. You are ready. 1A. 1A. Oh, come on. Listen. I just want to be a conscientious objector. Conscientious? Well, I object. Listen, I don't believe in killing people that I haven't met. I don't think guns can solve anything. I'm against violence. I don't think loud sounds. Listen, how about Gandhi? Non-violence. Huh? Martin Luther King, the Bible, thou shalt not kill. Listen, I just don't want to do it. Huh? I've been to college and I've learned a lot of shit that's valuable for my country. Why don't you get some people that didn't go to college, huh? Get some of those dummies. Get T.O., there's a dummy for you. He likes that kind of shit. Listen, you don't want me. I got one leg shorter than the other. I got one arm shorter than the other. I got no cartilage in my nose. I'm getting out of here, damn it. I'm not staying here. Listen, when I get around a bunch of men, I'm underweight, I'm really skinny. I'm violent. No, I'm not violent at all. I'm overweight. Listen, for my height, I weigh a lot more than I should. And I got other problems. I just can't hold it. You don't want me. Honest. Listen. I'm staying right here, damn it. You're not getting me. I'm staying right here. Well, I got bad knees. Look. Waffles. Okay. I got problems. Get me out of this thing, damn it! Get me out! Get me out! Thanks. Get me out of this thing! Get me out of this thing! Thanks. Get me out of this thing, damn it! Get me out! Get me out! Thanks. I got my beliefs. What are you doing? I'm not sure. Why? Don't you think you should figure it out? How do I do that? Use the Socratic method. What's that? You search for the truth with every ounce of your body, every bit of your soul. And when you find that truth, you tell the world. And then what? Someone will poison you. Look. Maybe it's not such a bad idea. Why not? Travel a little bit. The helicopter landed in the jungle. I was kicked out and told to lay low because there was a firefight outside. I said, "What's a firefight?" Jeez. I'm not sticking around here. I'm getting my ass out of here any way I can. Hold still. Hold still. This is important. Someone's got to sacrifice. Damn it! No! Not that. A big sacrifice. There was a lieutenant in the corner who told me, "You there. I want you to go inside that tunnel. The enemy is in there. I want you to bring them out." I just got here. I knew that if I went inside that tunnel, it would be my last moment on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Amen. For that is the power and the glory. Glory. Oh, glory. Have you ever had one of those moments when your entire past flashes before your eyes? You know those scary moments? Well, this time, my entire future passed before my eyes. I started floating into the jungle. I went forward in time. Really. Boom, I was up there. Above the jungle. Above the war. 1970. Wow. Cambodia becomes part of the war. Jumbo jets are introduced. Apollo 13 screws up in space. 1971, My Lai incident. Kissinger saves face in Paris. Harvey Zavatnik loses his ass at Quang Tri. 1972, Nixon's in China. 1973, most of the troops leave. 1974, Nixon resigns. 1975, the war's over. 1976, the bicentennial and death penalty are both revived. 1977, the Yanks win the World Series. 1978, Charlie Chaplin's buried, the Pope dies, Charlie Chaplin's buried again. 3 Mile Island, 1980, nothing happened. 1980, space shuttle took off and landed. 1982, the pro football strike in the Falklands War. 1983, my arms got tired, stopped requested I get off the bus. In Washington, D.C. Wow. There was this large, polished granite monument. With 58,000 names written all over it. And like a spider web, it radiated out through the years and tears and thousands of personal stories. Gathered, collated, homogenized, distilled. Find the bottom. Where's the bottom line? The common denominator. Death. Death. By combat, out back, jerk back, in the back, watch your back. And look at the last name. Last light to God. What happened? Stray bullet from the jungle. Stepped on a landmine. Fell out a window. Nope. I'll tell you what it was. Fate. All three of them. The first fate spins the web of life. The second fate determines its length. And the third fate I'm not in heaven.
They're having lunch in Washington. Kissinger's the first thing. He spins the web. Let's say he enters a restaurant. He orders tortellini instead of cheesecake. Tortellini takes 25 minutes. Cheesecake, 2. Had he ordered cheesecake, how many names would not be on the wall?
Oh, damn drunk.
Don't worry. Guilt is water soluble. Pain, transitory. And death? Death? Death is like... It's like... chalk! There's a bad taste in your mouth. I figured I'd see if my name was on the wall. I'd come a long way for this. And there was a little old lady in the corner with the book of the war dead. It looked like the Poughkeepsie telephone book. I went over. Ma'am, excuse me. I've got a question for you, ma'am. Ma'am, excuse me,
What would you like to know? I've got a book of all the dead. I've got books of other wars too. I've got books of future war. But you can't see those. Some are great big ones. There's only the A's. And some are little itty bitty medium-sized ones. And some are skirmishes. And the skirmishes always get lost because they're on a single piece of paper. They're not in any books. They fall out a lot. Never die in a skirmish. What would you like to know? Oh, sure. It's easy. Don't get to study. See, we're getting there, we're getting...
Hold on, wait a minute, don't go any further. Don't tell me. I went back in time in a hurry. 1976, last in 1972, Nixon's rejection, 1969, there I was at the tunnel. I paused. The lieutenant drew his gun. He told me if I didn't go in, he would finish me off himself. Okay, no problem.
Shit, my gun went off. Oh, I shot the lieutenant. Oh, shit. God. I don't know what to do. What do you say to a dying man that you've killed yourself? I said the same thing I heard in Washington in '83.
Oops. Oops.
Listen, Doc, you gotta get me out of here. I'll do anything. Just get me out of here.
Sure. You've got to get a stateside wound. And you've got to convince us of it.
Fine, fine. Doc, can I go home now? Are you convinced? Doc, can I go home now? Doc, can I go home now? Are you convinced? It's a funny thing about convincing people. Listen to this.
It's 1944. Harry Truman's got to convince the enemy of something, and he's got a big bomb. Well, he gathers all his lieutenants, all his advisors together, and they pick out a little town in northern Germany. Bing! Harry says, wait a minute! He remembers. Way back in 1933, a group of school children visited him from that very same town. Harry pauses. The war shifts to the Pacific. He gathers his lieutenants, his advisors all together again. They gather around a table and they pick out another one. Hiroshima and Kyoto. Now, why the hell didn't Hiroko Takamori go visit him? Way back in 30, 29, anything. Knock on his door, send him a letter, call him up. Throw a rock through his window. Harry, this is Hiroko from Hiroshima. Underline it 3 times. Suddenly, Harry hears a whoop. He says, wait a minute, guys, I got a better idea. Let's just drop it in the ocean and tell him to look. And the entire Japanese culture, with its eyes that can see 29 different shades of white pearl, gaze out into the ocean and see a beautiful sunset at high noon. But nah. Harry remembers something. A campaign pledge. Give him hell, Harry! And he did, 40,000 degrees. You can imagine the gates of heaven and hell when that package was delivered. And I'll tell you one thing. I bet you St. Gabriel knows what it feels like to be the only one at the McDonald's counter when the Ohio State Marching Band bus pulls in. How do you get out of a weird war? Defeat? Default? De-helicopter.
Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody needs someone to care. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody needs someone to care. Everybody loves somebody sometime.
Shut up, damn it! It was just a little bit too calm when you're used to a combat zone. How are you going to keep them down on the farm after they've seen gay old Denbian food? You find another one. New York City. The Big Apple. There's a My Lai on every corner. Armies are helicoptered in to win the hearts and minds and real estate of an entire population. I don't have to tell you about it. You know all about it. But I'll tell you anyway. Imagine this. You're on the Hudson River, watching the busted up remnants of 1,000 apartments floating by in garbage barges. There was 125th Street. There was 7th. There was Avenue A. B, C, D. Pigeons roost on the old busted up plaster lath and wooden doors. You know those doors. Those beautiful ones. 75 pounds of solid oak. 4 or 5 beveled panels in each one. Moldings of carved rosettas and floral designs. 3 solid brass hinges built to last 150 years. Recipe number 1. You open the door a little bit. You put a large crowbar in between the door and the frame. Now, you give the door a kick with your foot, and you pull back on the crowbar with both hands. And all 3 hinges just sort of go snap, crackle, pop. And that door just kind of slams one last time. Dead as a door. very cost-effective to put them back together again. Now, take time. Take Aldo. Take Aldo the Pole, famous conservationist from Wisconsin. Now, Aldo, way back in 1947. Aldo looks out his back window from his farm. He notices a dead oak tree, decides to cut it down. He and his partner get together. They start sawing. He notices that his cross-cut saw spews fragments of history with each cut that accumulate on the snow next to each saw. Well, Aldo senses that these two piles of sawdust are more than just wood, that they are the accumulated concept of a century. That his saw is biting through stroke by stroke, decade by decade, into the chronology of a lifetime. Now, it takes him only about 12 cuts of the saw to transcend his own years on that lifetime. He's done with the farm after only 12 cuts. Abruptly, he begins to cut into those years of his predecessor, a bootlegger who hated the land and disappeared amongst the anonymous of the Depression. Yeah. But the oak laid down good wood. Sawdust as pink, fragrant, and sound as his own. Aldo had an old saying. He always said, "An oak is no respecter of persons." He died not long afterward. I'll tell you, it's a good thing. It's a good thing he didn't live to see the end of the century. I'll tell you why. Plywood. Plywood has got 5, 6, 8 layers, all squishy glued together. Each one of those layers comes from a different time and a different tree. You could be cutting through D-Day, Watergate, and Elvis's first record at the same damn time. It's enough to drive anybody crazy. Don't forget. History. Because those that forget history are destined to build more monuments. Okay, Joe. Over here a little more. Down. Okay, Peter. There. That ought to do for this generation. What do you do when an entire population has lost its sense of perception? Use special effects. Oh! Look at that! Someone took a shit on my front steps again. Damn it! Oh! I don't believe it. Mabel, will you look at this? our hero gets another job. Open up, ma'am. I'm here to fix the refrigerator. Open up. Open up, ma'am. Yeah.
Oh, it's you again. I don't want you to fix my refrigerator. I want a new refrigerator. Do you hear me? I want a new refrigerator. My refrigerator is completely broken. It's got cockroaches all over on the inside. And they eat all the food. Except the eggs. They don't eat the eggs. They can't. But I want a new refrigerator. Do you hear me? A new one. New.
All right, man, this is what you do. You take your whole damn refrigerator, you lift it up, you open the window, and you give it a push. And you call your landlord. Ask for a new one. I went home. Got in an argument with my girlfriend about my job. I said I did a good job. She said, bullshit. It's a lousy job. I started yelling at her. She started yelling at me. I started bitching at her. Told her to shut up. She told me to shut up. The neighbors told us to shut up. I said, listen, I know how to fix this relationship. Shoot! Boom.
Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody needs someone to care.
I called the police myself. I said, listen, there's been an accident. Somebody jumped. They jumped out the window. Yeah, I think they were a little nuts, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure, we were arguing. Yeah, well, you know, people argue. Yeah. You know, it's the perfect crime. The weapon is everywhere. Oh, no. And it's perfect for a bunch of reasons. The best one of all, the alibi is the victim themselves. I mean, I bet you for anybody here, any one of you, I could get 10 psychiatrists that would testify in a courtroom you were crazy enough to jump out a window. Some of you I can get a lot more. I mean, how many of you have ever just pushed a person? You know, just give them a little push. The window does the rest. It's easy, and it's not your fault. Huh? It has nothing to do with you. And I'll tell you why. Because you gave him a push. You gave him a push. Horizontally. They did their own fall inversion. And damn it, that was none of your doing. It was gravity. And if you want to invite gravity into the courtroom, a prime witness, go ahead. Go ahead. What will gravity have to say? Huh? Nothing. Gravity's got its own laws. Furthermore, it's the other person's fault. Completely. Not some. Not some. They're the ones that took the stairs or the elevator. They were artificially suspended above the earth. And the earth doesn't like that. And the earth will do anything to get them right back down there again. So listen. It's just none of your own doing. That's the biggest thing you gotta understand. It's not your fault. I'll tell you something else. There's an old saying in rock climbing. Takes care of that argument.
in 6th grade.
How about the Empire State Building? And I read that if you were to climb all the way to the top, all 100 and some stories, way up there, and if you were to get all the way up there, and if you were to drop a penny from the top floor, if you were to drop a penny from the top floor, by the time it got to the bottom, kill someone. I was impressed when I read that. I went to the highest spot in the town, the water tower. I climbed up and looked down and I saw all kinds of tiny little people. You know, you would never think of just walking up to someone in the street and spitting in their face. Give yourself 8, 10, 12 floors, and the urge is irresistible. Take helicopters. Here's the recipe. You start out with 3 groups. Add 1 Sikorsky or Hughes helicopter. Could be Bell and Howell, doesn't matter. Mix in 5,000 feet. Open the door. Now, you ask the first prisoner for some information. Hesitates. Looks at the other 2. Doesn't want to say anything. Yeah! Schmuck. You ask the second one for information. He knows the recipe now, so he hesitates. Hesitates a little bit longer. Yeah! Schmuck. Now, you ask the third one for some information. Tells you everything you've ever wanted to know. Supply lines, battle lines, depots, anything. Where the weapons are hidden. He tells you about his grandfather, his whole family, and how his father used to be a carpenter and he could build a whole bench without using a single nail. You write it all down. File it away. Check back in 5 minutes. I've been bouncing around long enough, I figured I'd better get another job. I'm here to apply for the job. What's your job experience? What's your life experience? Well, It's not what I had in mind. But I made the best of it. I got pretty good. I became the fastest flipper in the town. People came to study underneath me. I taught classes. I opened up an entire school. I opened up franchises. The flipping franchise. I became famous. I wore a 3-piece suit. And I gave lectures and talks at high school graduations. Told them of my success. And how I naturally, came upon my... Damn it! Get me out of this thing! Doc, you gotta get me out of this thing too. I'll do anything, please. Just tell me what to do.
Sure. You've got to see a specialist. An old friend. The hunchback of Notre Dame education.
So you'd like some information, would you? Ooh, well, tell me something. How long have you been
sitting in this chair, eh? How long have you been learning something, eh? 15 long years. 15 years. And what have you learned? What do you take with you the rest of your life? Hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids. Let me tell you a little story. Relax. There was once a great kingdom, and a great ruler of the kingdom, who, upon looking out his window one day, noticed an army of ragged souls sleeping there and here. And this army of people had taken up the unsightly habit of defecating in city streets. This troubled His Highness. He gathered together the best and the brightest of the land, those that knew, those of the cloth, those of the dollar, those of the book, those with titles behind their names that ran along like tin cans on a wedding car. What did they do? They formed a commission. They projected into the year 2000. And if present trends and popular styles continued, you would be knee-deep in shit. Ooh. Well, after 2 more years of study, the commission came up with a solution. They presented it to the entire kingdom. Dump it in the ocean with larger barges. Oh, the commission finished its work with a hefty black-tie dinner at Tavern on the Green, and they all left to give lectures in foreign countries. But their job was not done. No. They forgot a very important detail. And what was that? They forgot that their shit stinks. But long after the shit was gone, the odor would remain. Ooh, bad situation. But the king was no dummy. No. He knew exactly what to do. And that was this. He knew he had to filter the air itself. And what, my friends, is the best filter? Wool. And how do you spread this filter out amongst the entire kingdom? An army of filter carriers. And what do you call this new invention? The 3-piece suit. Large sections of the city were razed and demolished. Buildings built and co-opted to house this new army of 3-piece suits. They were given jobs so they would feel they had some purpose in life other than the mere filter of odors that they ran about the city. Lawyers, accountants, advertising execs, all types except bankers, they were given these jobs. The city flourished as it flushed. The end of the tale, they said. And your problem? You are a banker! And what is synonymous with bankers? Hemorrhoids! Hemorrhoids! You can't see anything. Your saw can't see, and your perceptions don't cut. It takes a blue ribbon commission to tell you there's shit on your shoe. And it takes a presidential panel to let you know that it's human or inhuman. Whatever the case may be. Does that make sense? Does that make perfect sense? I think so. But listen. It's not my fault those people get shit all over. I'm not going to be blamed anymore for shit in the shoe. I'm not going to take it. Listen. From here on out. Now watch my feet of this. It's all there is to it. I'm not to blame. It's just not my doing. Yes, it is your fault. It is not, damn it. It is too. It is not. It is too. It is not. It is too, and I'll tell you why I know. You're lying. You're lying. I'm Diogenes' older sister. You know what? I'll tell you something. Your name was not in that book. And it wasn't in 1,000 other books of 1,000 other tragedies. But remember one thing. Ask not for whom the bell tolls. Because if you have to ask, you can't afford it. I can't afford it. I just wanted a new refrigerator.